Today we are going to make homemade grapes wine. For this, choose black grapes with seeds. Wash it thoroughly at least 2 to 3 times in salt water. No need of any lukewarm water, just normal salt water. Strain it and spread it in a towel. Keep this under fan and let it dry out completely. We don't want a little bit of moisture also in these grapes. Take out any bad ones from this and let it dry. Always make sure that all the utensils and vessels that you are using for wine making should be washed and dried under sunlight. While grapes is drying, take 18 cups of water, measure it in a 250 ml cup, add 2.5 kg of sugar. Here I have added only 1.5 kg of sugar as I wanted my wine to be less sweet, but if you want it to be more sweeter, add 2.5 kg sugar. Keep it in medium flame and keep stirring. We want the sugar to be completely dissolved, but we don't want the water to be boiling. You can see that the sugar is dissolved and the water has become clear. Keep this sweetened water under fan or something. We want this to be cooled down completely. In the meantime, our grapes is completely dried and I am using this jar, big jar, for making the wine. If you have a single big one, you can use that. Here I am using 2 jars. Use only glass or ceramic jars for making wine. What we have to do is take some of the grapes and just crush it. We don't want to make a paste out of it, just crush a bit so that the wine making process will be a bit more faster. Put this in the jar. Similarly, crush all the grapes and add it into the jar. Here we are doing a easy method of wine making, but traditionally these grapes are actually layered with sugar. It's like one layer of grapes, then sugar, then again grapes, then sugar, till the whole jar is filled. And in that process, what we do is like every day, same time, we need to open the jar and mix it once. And we have to keep it for nearly 45 days for making the wine. But in this easy method, what we are doing is like we are speeding the process by making the sugar syrup, and the grapes we are just crushing it a bit for the faster wine making. We are nearly done with the crushing part. As I have 2 jars, I am not filling it completely. I am only filling half of the jar. So it's like 1 kg in one jar and the other 1 kg in another jar. If you have a bigger jar, you can put the whole crushed grapes in one single jar. So here both of our jars are filled with crushed grapes. Now next is to add yeast. We have to add 1 teaspoon of yeast. As I have 2 jars, I am splitting this 1 teaspoon yeast into 2. That is half teaspoon yeast in one jar and the other half in the other jar. Next ingredient to be added is whole wheat. So we need only a handful of it. So as I have 2 jars, I am splitting this again into 2. So half of one handful in one jar and the other half in the other jar. Now add the cooled sugar syrup in the jars. Make sure that the sugar syrup is completely cooled. And one more thing is that all the vessels and utensils that you use while making this wine has to be dried completely. There should not be a single drop of normal water on any of them, or else what happens is that the wine will be spoiled. Mix this nicely using a dry ladle. So once you have mixed everything nicely, we have to close the jar. What you have to do is keep a muslin cloth on top of the jar, tie it nicely, and then place the lid on top of it. We don't want any air to get inside this jar. I forgot to take the video of putting the muslin cloth and then tying it. No worries, I'll show you that later. Now we have to keep these jars in a dark place without touching it for 21 days. No mixing, let it do its work on its own. While we are waiting, please subscribe to my channel and push the bell icon to get notifications about my new uploads. So after 21 days, we have taken the jars. Look, you can see how I have tied the muslin cloth on top of the jar. This is how you have to do it before keeping it in the dark place. I have opened it now, and what we have to do is first mix it thoroughly. You can see the color itself has changed. Looks so beautiful, deep reddish pink color. Next step is to strain the wine. We have to strain this twice. So first just take a colander or a slotted vessel like this. Place a bigger bowl underneath and just pour the wine mixture into this. So the bigger grapes pits and all the seeds, the whole wheat which we had added, all will be strained. Just press it nicely and take out all the juice from it. Discard this, we don't need this now. We will be straining this once again. Before that, we will strain the next jar also. Make sure to mix it thoroughly because we have not touched the wine till now for 21 days. So this is the time you have to mix it. Strain it again through the slotted vessel. First straining is done now. We have to strain it once again. This time we will be straining it through a muslin cloth. Just tie it around a deep bottomed bowl and pour it through the muslin cloth. If there is any residue, it will be collected on the cloth. Our grapes wine is strained now. You can pour it into a clean dry jar. Make sure that there is no water in it. Look at the deep red color. Isn't it beautiful? Let me strain the rest of the wine also. this is a full jar of wine here. Similarly, we got the other jar also filled with the same quantity of wine. So it's like how much ever you have put for wine making, the same quantity you will get after it is made. Here you can see this is the bottommost part wherein we have got some pulp here. This is not needed, you have to discard this. This is the only leftover from the second seeding. So guys, our wine is ready now. If you want, you can drink it now, but it's ideal to keep it for 2 days, 2 to 3 days. Just cover it. Don't close the lid too tight. Just cover it and place it in a dark place, not in the fridge. And after 2 days, you can see some more sediments towards the bottom, and the clear portion will be on the top. You can transfer this clear wine into bottles and keep it outside for some days, and later you can place it inside the fridge. You can enjoy this wine for many years if you keep it in the fridge. Hope you liked this method of making homemade grapes wine. You need not wait for many days to make this. You can make this within 21 days. Isn't it easy and simple? So this coming Christmas, you can make this wine, share it with your friends and family, and enjoy. If you are new here, please click that subscribe button. See you all with more yummy recipes. Till then, bye bye.